Namaste yogis, and welcome to our VinYin yoga class. VinYin meaning Vinyasa combined with Yin yoga. So very yang, very dynamic, flowing sequences to begin with, to heat the body up, to supercharge our yang or masculine energy. And we'll feel the masculine presence awaken within us. So determination, courage, dignity, strength, feeling very grounded, feeling very here, present on the earth, very alert within ourselves. And then we'll gently flow into our Yin poses. The Yin is the feminine energy. So we get to be soft, pliable, creative. We get to go inward and hold our poses for a couple of minutes. And it's so beautiful to combine these two forces together. So for all of you, I want you to connect with your inner masculine and your inner feminine and allow them to play and dance and become one within this sacred VinYin practice. So let's come up to the top of the mat and we'll stand with the feet together. I want you to look down at your feet and plant your big toes in. Lift and fan your other toes and then plant them down. Broaden the feet, roll the outside edges of the feet down and lift up through your inner arches. As you press your feet down, rebound energy upwards through the legs. So unless you hyperextend your knees, meaning if you can push your kneecap all the way back and it flattens out the crease of your knee. If you hyperextend, I want you to keep a micro bend. Otherwise, for most people, you're going to have your legs straight and your kneecaps lifted. So your quadricep, this big muscle here, is going to lift up. So you're really propelling prana, life force energy upwards through the legs. And again, we get that by grounding strongly down through the feet. So just use your hands here to find a level pelvic bowl. So you guide your tailbone to earth down, and then you pull your navel back towards your spine. And you should find a pelvic kind of leveling, if you like, as if there's a bowl here of water. So if we were tipping the buttocks to the back, the water would flow out the front. If we were pressing the hips too far forward, the water would flow out the back. So where's the water level? Just find that. Ribs move back towards your spinal column. Heart center lifts and opens. Shoulder blades come down the back. So when you hear me say that shoulder blades down the back, it's not just dropping the shoulders, it's this whole scapular area moving downwards. And then we lengthen out through the arms and extend the ends of the fingers as if they were touching Mother Earth. And then again, energetically, you rebound energy back up through the arms. By reaching into the earth through the ends of the fingers, you actually move energy in the opposite direction. So something that you'll find unique to my style of teaching is the energy moving in both directions. This has a lot to do with your meridian system. And you find that some meridians flow from the heavens to the earth, or from the head to the toes, and others flow from the earth to the heavens or the toes to the head. So I want you to be conscious of that. Even if you don't exactly know where your meridians are, I want you to have a sense of energy moving upwards and downwards. We also have a sense of the outer body and the inner body. So everything becomes balanced within your yoga practice energetically, up and down, side and middle. So just have a sense of it all drawing in. So just find the level there for your chin. So not too far down, so your chin would touch the chest, but not too far back, so there's a crease in your neck. Use your hand again. Where is that line where the neck is long? And then your radiant out through your crown chakra. So we close our eyes down and we keep this awareness. We keep this energy flow in both directions from the outer body to the inner body. And we move into a Maharaja Pranayama. It's our yogi way of saying move into your royal yoga breath. So we inhale through the nose, expand into our lower belly. Fill up with the breath. Allow the ribs to swell out and move up. The chest fills with breath. The collarbones lift and open. And then we commence our exhalation by letting the breath just naturally drain out of the chest, out of the ribs as they move back down and towards each other. And then we empty the lower belly at the end of the exhalation. Continue to breathe and to flow with breath. So the inhale expands lower belly, rising the breath up through the torso, filling as if you're a vessel that you can fill with this prana, this beautiful life force energy to give you vitality. And then as you exhale, let go, let the breath just subside again until the lower belly is empty. So it's really important that you find your length breath that suits your natural rhythm. We've all got a different length breath, but what is vital is that once you find the length of breath that's natural for you, that's comfortable for you, that you make the in-breath even to the out-breath. So the length of the in-breath is even to the length of the out-breath. And it's through the evenness of breath that we slow down the oscillations of the mind. So we call it in yoga the vrittis of the thought waves. Let's slow it down so the mind becomes like a calm surface of a pond. The vrittis could be someone throwing pebbles across the pond. We don't want that choppiness. We don't want thinking. We want to be still. We want to be here, present, breathing. We want to find space between our thoughts so the yoga energy can rise up to meet us. We can become tranquil mentally, like the surface of the pond, tranquility, transparency. We can see through with clarity to our soul nature. Once you connect with that part of yourself, you can infuse your whole practice with a loving, joyous, and peaceful energy. It makes you feel so uplifted on all levels of your being. And as we move into our vinyasa practice, it can give you lightness, it can give you a prayer-like flow, even though the body is working in a dynamic way. Continue to breathe, feel, be here. Just setting your intention now for your practice today. It's a VinYin practice, so remember feminine and masculine energy combining and becoming one holy force. How can you set an intention related to your yin-yang balance? Keep breathing. As we gently open the eyes, and we're going to inhale, draw the arms up and above the head. Exhale, on our first vinyasa, we'll bend our knees, fold our way down, ends of the fingers to the earth, roll the chest in and the head follows. Inhale, keep the knees bent. Just for the first vinyasa, you can straighten later on. Look out into the distance, offering your heart. Exhale, set the hands down and step the feet back one at a time into plank pose, being mindful to draw those ribs in towards the spine. Inhale, run a length from your heels all the way to the crown of your head. Exhale, open your heart, tilt your chin out, squeeze the elbows into the side body. Inhale, point the toes away from you and come into upward facing dog. If you prefer to be down on the hips, for cobra, just bend the elbows a little bit. Press into your hands, exhale, downward facing dog. So you've got a few breaths here just to find your alignment. We want to spread out those toes and those fingers. Roll the outside edges of the hands and the feet down, but lift up through the inner arches and also that inner arch, if you like, of the hand. Remember, pressing energy down through the hands, rebound energy up through the arms and the legs. And then you want to pull up through the core line of the body. Drop the shoulder blades down the back. Inhale, you're going to lift your heels, allow a wave of energy to come through the spine. Look up between the hands. Exhale, bend your knees, pull your buttocks back, and then try and keep a hollow lower belly. As you inhale, step the feet up, bend the knees, look out into the distance, and then exhale and fold. We call this Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Press the feet down and inhale, draw your arms up. And exhale, release your arms wide down to the side. Coming back to where we began the class, Tadasana or mountain pose. For your second vinyasa, we're going to move into yogi's chair. So inhale, bend your knees, take a seat. Tap the ends of the fingers to the earth. Draw in your core energy through your belly and power the arms up to where it feels right for you, keeping the shoulder blades down the back, pressing into the heels. Exhale. This time as we fold, bring the hands through prayer pose. Maybe you want to straighten those legs out now. Roll the chest in and the head follows. Inhale. Look out into the distance. We call this Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale. The weight goes into the hands. You can step back as we did before. For some of you, you're going to jump back into lowered plank. Press the feet away. Inhale. Lift the kneecaps, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to add on now to our vinyasa flow with some standing poses. So commencing with your right leg and keeping your foot flexed, inhale, draw the right leg up behind you. Exhale, bend the knee, hover, squeeze the ascending colon and take the foot through between the hands. Turn your back foot to 45 degrees, heel to heel alignment. Press your front knee over your ankle joint. Press down strongly through the feet. Inhale, draw the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1 can be hands shoulder width apart or together. See what serves you today. Inhale, draw back on your right hip. Roll down through the outside edge of your left foot. Exhale, sink a little bit more. Squeeze the elbows towards each other. Breathe. Feel the heating effects of the warrior pose. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms wide down to the side. Come through your vinyasa. Plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left leg straight up behind you. Exhale, bend the knee, hover, descending colon. Nice cleanse. Turn your back foot to 45 degrees, heel to heel alignment. Power down through your feet and just inch that knee forward so it stacks over the ankle joint and inhale. Float on up to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Pull back on that front hip, so you want to move these hips so they're squaring over the front leg. Breathe. Sink a little bit more. Don't forget to anchor by rolling the outside edge of the back foot into the floor. Inhale. Exhale, release the arms wide down to the side. Frame that front foot and then level out through plank. Lowered plank or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So hang out here and breathe. And let's drop the shoulder blades down the back. Let's really think about pulling up through the core line, but in yoga we call it bandhas. Mula bandha, seal from the perineum to the navel. Uddiyana bandha, seal from the solar plexus to the heart. Jalandhara bandha, seal from the throat to the crown. Move the energy upwards. Kundalini, firing up the soul nature. Inhale, look up between the hands. Exhale, pull back. Your choice, you can step. If you want to jump, try to get the weight into the hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Come up the same way we went in through Yogi's chair, Utkatasana. Sit on your chair or your throne. Pull those bandhas in. Draw the arms up. Anchor down through the heels. All the way to the stars. Take the higher energy this time. Pull it down through the midline and into Anjali Mudra, prayer pose. Keep on flowing back to our arm circles. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale and fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Your choice, step or jump. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, we're going to fly the right leg up behind us, but as a variation, point the toe. Doesn't matter if the leg doesn't go too high. See what feels right for you. Bend that knee, Draw the foot through between the hands. Turn the back foot this time to 90 degrees. Heel to arch alignment. I want you to hold on to your front ankle joint or intermediates, 2 fingers around the inside of the big toe. Inhale, lengthen out of your front leg. Immediately tuck your hip under and then extend up through your left arm. See if you can pull yourself into one plane of alignment. Inhale, length through the spine. Exhale, revolve from the navel center. Continue to breathe. This is the beautiful Trikonasana, 3-pointed star, shining your light. Power down through your feet. Inhale, let the top arm lead you up. Exhale, go a little bit wider with the back foot. Bend and open through the front knee. Virabhadrasana 2. Roll down through the outside edge of that back foot. Aim the front knee for the front pinky toe. Release out of the groin. Keep the shoulder blades down the back. So you've got space, you're not like this. Energy's moving, there's space. Breathe. Inhale, power down through your feet. Exhale, drop the back hand to the back leg. Draw your top arm back, palm faces down. See if you can follow the underside of your hand with your gaze. If not, look on down, breathe. The elegance of reverse or dancing warrior. Power into your feet. Inhale, top arm leads you up and reaches all the way forward. You can be here, maybe here, tucking the hip under. Top arm lengthens, keep the shoulder blade down the back. Pajvakonasana. Beautiful side angle pose. Feel the heat, feel the extension. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, this top arm comes down and sweeps around and you turn your front foot in. Look down. Just make sure all those toes line up. Inhale. Press into the hands. Look out into the distance. You want to tilt and separate the sit bones into the sky. And then exhale, fold your way down. So it may just be a matter of bowing your head. You may need to bend your knees. For some of you, hands move back in line with the toes, and then you can draw your crown down and to the earth. Elbows bend and draw towards each other. Imagine that someone's drawing your quadriceps towards the back wall. Breathe. Feel. Inhale, look out into the distance. Draw the hands to the hips. Keep the bandhas engaged as you come up to support your lower back. And exhale, turn your front foot out. Here we go, Vinyasa. Sink in, hands down. Level out, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg floats up behind you. Exhale, bend the knee. Draw the foot through between the hands. Heel to arch alignment. 2 fingers around the inside of the big toe or holding onto the ankle, maybe somewhere higher if you need to. Inhale, lengthen out of this front leg. Tuck the front hip under. Run energy along the spine. Send the top arm up. Revolve out of the navel center. Breathe. Feel the dynamic forces of the Vinyasa practice. Energy charging in all directions. Melt into it. Go with it, no resistance. Inhale, top arm leads you up. Little bend into the back leg to take it a bit wider. Exhale, bend and open through the front knee. There's your warrior 2, purposeful warrior. Feeling dignified, feeling strong, knowing you have the courage cultivated in this pose to face your inner fears, your inner demons, to move past any addictive qualities that are featuring in your life. Inhale, exhale, reverse.
Feel the power of the lower body. Now with the elegance of the upper body. Look back, tilt the head back. Look to the higher purpose. Just the act of looking up is said to alleviate depression. Inhale, come on up. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale. Send your top arm long. Remember, you can be hanging out with the forearm on the thigh, no problem. Roll down through the outside edge of your back foot. Keep breathing. Inhale, exhale. This top hand comes down and around. And excuse the angle for everyone watching. You get the back view of these beautiful poses. You want to inhale, look out into the distance. So you're tilting and separating the sit bones as if they're flying to the sky. At the same time you press into the heels. What this means is you can draw long through your spine and then exhale, fold your way down just to where it serves you today. Breathe. These elbows kind of work towards each other. So you don't let them splay out, they move in. Remember, inner outer body. Breathing. Feeling. Bladder meridian really opening strongly with this one. Big long energy line through the back of the body. Pulls in behind the eyes. Sweeps the energy where you want it to go for healing and restoration. Inhale, come on up. Drag the hands to the hips with the bandhas lifting. Exhale, turn the front foot out. Sink your way down, ready for your vinyasa. Should be getting nice heat, perspiration. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, dropping to your knees. Sitting your buttocks back onto the heels. Knees are apart a little bit. Send those arms out. Bow your head down. It's a beautiful segue into our Yin poses. Feel. Breathe. How have those vinyasa sequences made you feel today? What's going on in your body-mind connection? To observe the physical layer. Where is there openness and flow in the body? Where is there resistance, blockage or pain in the body? Knowing that whatever you discover is not right nor wrong. As the yogi, you're just here observing, knowing that you are perfect just as you are. We move past labels. We move into acceptance of who we are, where we find ourselves. Ultimately, from a higher level, we cannot ever make a mistake or be wrong in any part of ourselves. So we're allowing in that higher consciousness that can be the observer of our physical realm, of our human realm, of our life itself. Watching as if we're watching a movie unfolding. Moving past the judgment, right or wrong, and into an existential quality that things are as they are. You are perfect. It is as it is. It sounds maybe philosophically like flowery language, but really we come into this direct knowing. So as you observe yourself from the vinyasa flow, observe with absolute acceptance and self-love. What's going on in the mental body? Is the mind screaming at you, resisting, or has the mind quietened down and just moving with the flow of energy now, with the breath? Whatever's going on, again, perfect experience. Your practice will change day to day. Your body will change day to day, your mind, your emotions. It's all as it needs to be. As we inhale and we bring our head up, and then we're sitting all the way up. Moving into our Yin poses. So as a nice balance, so we talked about meridians. We've really, with our Vinyasa flow, opened up areas like the bladder meridian, as I mentioned, but also we moved into gallbladder and stomach meridians as well. We call these yang meridians. Certainly we did target inner thigh. These are your yin meridians. Anything on the inside of the body is softer, so it's more feminine, it's yin. Anything exposed to the outer world is yang, it's harder by nature. So a nice balancer for the yin part of our class is to get in and restore and nourish the liver and the kidney and the spleen meridians. They're the partnership, the feminine partnership to these meridians on the outer thigh. So if you have a bolster, you can use this. If you don't, just have a blanket rolled up or some cushions with the blanket on top. It really doesn't matter, just improvise. Whatever you've got is great, but with a yin pose, unlike what we were doing and just flowing with the vinyasa, we actually hold for anywhere up to 3 to 5 minutes. So it's important that you get as comfortable as you can. So here's my bolster, and I want to target those yin meridians on the inner thigh. Meridians are also in the arms, by the way, not just the legs, but you will learn more about that in other classes. And I would recommend that you look out for Acu yoga classes with Gregory Dunn, because they're absolutely fantastic. So look for those as well. We've got the bolster coming into the lower back. Inhale and exhale. Just start to ease your way back a little bit. So support yourself with the hands and now shift the feet out and bring the soles of the feet together. If you're comfortable here, then lay all the way back. If you're not, certainly you can adjust your legs back to a cross leg. You'll still get inner thigh. But hopefully this feels nice for you. Just to mention before we go into a very still and held pose, that we may need to take a cushion under our head and just sit ourselves up that little bit more. So whatever you need to do, now's your time. Wriggle around, have a scratch, do what you've got to do, flick your hair, put on a jumper, whatever it is, because once we choose to remain still, we go into that place within the yin pose where we cannot distract ourselves. We want to go in and meet our emotional body without distraction, be here feeling and breathing. So let's move in there now. Just curl your fingers in a little bit. Let's just reacquaint ourselves with the breath. Expanding from the lower belly all the way through to the collarbones. And then letting it just release out again on the exhale. The bridge that is built between your body and your mind through your breath is incredible. The breath must always be there when you practice yoga, any form of yoga, any form of meditation. The breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. Sometimes with yin yoga, we feel as if we're being breathed, meaning your breath slows down to the point that breathing just becomes so effortless. You've moved into what we call the theta brainwave. The oscillations of the mind slowing down so much that you're not problem solving, planning. You're not caught up in the if onlys of the past or the what ifs of the future. You've returned to your true home in the now moment. Present moment awareness.
soul energy rising up to meet you. And in that soul energy contained within every being is the loving, joyous, peaceful self. This is who you truly are. The rest is an illusion. The rest is you playing out patterns, learning life lessons, getting your ego involved, trying to have power games, get one-upmanship, or feeling inferior to someone. They're just all riddles along the path that you can get yourself caught up in. And then you can come into practices like this. Return to your spiritual home. Return to worthiness. Return to unity consciousness, meaning you know you're one with all beings. You're not better, you're not worse. We're just all in it together, doing the best we can. Let these qualities, these yin qualities, wash over you. Take the awareness into the inner thigh where you'll be really feeling the currents of energy. The liver, kidney, spleen meridians, washing away any toxins, any residue, anything that's not serving you, whether that's on a physical level as they sweep and clean out the organs, liver, kidney, spleen organs, cleansing organs, or whether it's on a metaphysical level. Cleansing organs mean that they're helping you cleanse away negative thinking, judgmental thinking, the sort of thinking where you sabotage yourself, where you tell yourself unkind things. The beautiful thing is the divine intelligence within us takes care of where we need healing the most. We don't need to worry about it, it's happening anyway. We remain passive and open, breathing and feeling, trusting and allowing. Tune into the qualities of your heart now, the beautiful heart opener provided by the bolster or the cushions you've got stacked up. Perhaps for you, you haven't opened your heart fully for a while. Perhaps you've been hurt badly by people close to you. Or perhaps you open your heart too much, you're too trusting, you let people take advantage of you because you're so desperate to be liked. Again, we're observing without judgment. We're just here to accept and love ourselves regardless, but to know that through the light of awareness we can balance ourselves. We can learn and discover what we need to find the best way forward for us at this time in our life. So feel the heart, feel the openness, the heart chakra. Heart chakra reminds us that love flows in and love flows out. Love flows in and love flows out. It's got to be a circle, it's got to complete itself. Don't give too much without receiving. Don't receive too much without giving. As we come out of our pose, we're going to move slowly because we've been held and inward for so long, so still. So just stretch out your fingers, turn your palms down, get some weight going down into those hands so you can pull yourself up with the head, then move from the center of the chest and move yourself up. Shift the feet so you're in a cross-leg position. Turn the palms up over your knees and join together your thumb and your index fingernail, chin mudra. Just hold and observe, breathe. We need time in between yin poses just to kind of come back. Let the energy settle, and then we'll move into our next yin pose. As we open our eyes, just stretch those fingers and those arms out. Just do a nice arm circle. Inhale. And then exhale, center down and through prayer pose. And then you'll turn yourself so you've got the length of your mat. And it's really up to you now how you set yourself up for this next pose. So I'll give you some variations. So let's just take the left knee forward and then let your right leg extend back behind you. Just kind of wriggle it into place. With a yin pose, coming into a yin pigeon pose, full extension may look something like this, where the front hip is down, we lengthen, and then we extend our way forward and the head would come to the ground. But for a yin pose, we need to hold for that 3 to 5 minutes. We don't want to be at full extension. It would not be comfortable and it could harm the body. So I can let myself kind of adjust, modify. Maybe I'm going to drag in this back knee a little bit, and maybe I'm going to use my bolster here so I can turn my head to the side and lay myself down so I'm supported and comfortable. Now, it depends on you and your body, because if this is too light, your mind will wander off. So you've got to find where you're comfortable for that 3 to 5 minutes, but you're still getting a good current, a good throughput of energy. So you may need to challenge yourself that little bit more. Maybe go back to here, where was full extension, and then just find where it's got to be for you. Remember, it can be here. Can be somewhere here, somewhere in between. Find where it is for you and then move yourself into that pose where you're comfortable, so you can hold for your 3 to 5 minutes. Soften your shoulders and relax. Breathe and be. Strong current of energy going into your left leg hip. The hips metaphysically are the storage houses of the body. We often refer to them as the saddlebags. So we can literally store emotion in the hip joint. So it's of little wonder then that for many people as they age, they have hip problems, hip replacements. Not their fault in terms of what their intention is or what they maybe just were unaware of, but the yogi finds out, discovers that there's some unexpressed emotion that gets shoved down, if you like, into areas of the body that create problems over time. So coupled with the actual openness of this pigeon pose, we can also look at the metaphysics. We can allow the emotions to rise up. We can choose to sit in those emotions without distracting ourselves, to breathe into it. We've all got a pain body. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just choosing to be present to all you feel, again, without that label of right, wrong, good, bad. Knowing that as you feel, you definitely will heal. You'll transcend these old suppressed emotions, meaning you'll stop playing out the same patterns in your life that have kept you in a cycle, a merry-go-round. You can really break through, you can really become a whole new self. Just allow that transformation to happen now. So we're moving into our Pigeon Pose, Yin style on the other side. Inhale, bringing your head up, placing your hands down, and just release out a little bit. So you can bring your right leg around and then just move it out to the other side with your left leg. So remember, find where a full extension would be for you, and then move off that full extension. So it could be releasing into this right hip and bending up the left knee, pulling your bolster or your cushions around, turning your head to the side. That might be nice, very modified. Or it can be kind of somewhere in between, full extension. Just see where you want to be. And then if you had one hand on top on your first side, change it up, or just do what you need to do to listen to your intuition to get into the best comfortable pose on this second side. Immediately feel the current of prana, life force energy, flowing through the outer band of the body, the Gallbladder Meridian, this one is. Breathe and relax, soften and let go. The Gallbladder Meridian partnering up with the Liver Meridian. You feel that on the inside of the thigh. Also the Do Meridian, the spinal energy. Precious lifeline through our spine. It can be said that all yoga poses open all meridians, but you can get specific within that. You can kind of target different parts of the body. And as we said already, then there's a coupling with the emotions, with the metaphysics. This is true healing in yoga. It's not just a physical practice. Has a spiritual intention. So I want you to breathe. Remember, you're choosing to remain still, so you can't distract yourself. If you distract yourself by scratching or fidgeting, your mind chatter will start up again. Follow the breath into stillness. Surrender as much as you can. Because I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to leave you to meditate. Sometimes when we have even the teacher's voice, it's a distraction. So let's see if we can practice the true art of Yin Yoga and just meditate, remain still, breathe. I'll draw you out of this pose when the time is right. Let go now. As we come out of this beautiful inward pose, just draw the head up on the inhale, placing the hands down and just press away, just release out. Bring the face up to the light. And then draw your back leg around. Just observe again, Chin Mudra. The hips might be so open now you can actually sit Tadasana, one heel in front of the other. But just wherever it feels right for you, stacking your shoulders over your hips, rising tall through the spine. Let the Kundalini energy rise up through the spine. The Kundalini is said to be the potential spiritual energy we all have. Symbolically resides in the spine as a cosmic serpent or a rainbow serpent. Colours of the rainbow, the power of the serpent rising up, opening the chakras, opening you up to universal frequencies, just like a rainbow in the sky. A full colour spectrum that is you. You shine in all these different qualities out into the world, and you draw the universal qualities into your being, inward, outward, up and down, outer and inner. The energy becomes whole and complete. You are the microcosm to the macrocosm. You are one with all that is. There is no separation. Move into this knowing, this feeling now. And as we close our practice today, gently open the eyes, and we just finish with a gentle twist. Twisting's always nice, just to complete your yoga practice. Realigns the spine, just helps you to settle the energy within. So inhale, rise tall through your spine. Take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Resist that knee. Take the left hand around behind the buttocks onto the ends of the fingers. Inhale, rise tall. Draw the navel in and release from the navel, twist from the navel. Turn and look over your left shoulder. Breathe. Maybe you can release and twist a little bit more with that exhalation. Soften. And then inhale, bring the head back, and in one movement take it around to the other side. Now resist the knee, rise tall. Inhale. Exhale, revolve from the navel center. Nice little cleanser for the digestive organs there as well. Release a little bit more if you can. Soften. Bringing the head back and bringing the body back. So I want to congratulate you on practicing your VinYin yoga today. See if you can observe the balance between the inner masculine and the inner feminine. And I look forward to seeing you again for another yoga class soon. Namaste.